After Zethu refused to marry Ushobani, Shobani has been dealing with a heartbreak and things has definitely been tough for Ushobani. And I would like to blame Metron for this. You all remember how protective Metron was over Ushobani. She did not want Shobani to date anyone. In a way, it's as if Metron did not want Ushobani to experience a heartbreak. So it definitely does feel like Ushobani is experiencing a heartbreak for the first time in his life when Uzethu refused to marry him or ran out of church. Now, I will not excuse Zethu's behavior. Absolutely disgusting, okay? The way she was moving around from one man to another, like, it was a very much disgusting behavior. I mean, she could have told Ushobani earlier on that, listen, Shobani, I will not and I cannot move forward and marry you, not after what just happened to Gusfiso. But she chose not to do that. If anything, she chose to go and humiliate Ushobani in church. However, Ushobani definitely does behave like someone whom once protected from a heartbreak, okay? Because we know how Metron was giving all Shobani's girlfriends hard time. And you can tell that Shobani was being shielded, he was being shielded from experiencing a heartbreak. Now that he has officially experienced a heartbreak and it's so painful, now he is a drunkard. Like he is just decided to go to, you know what, I'm gonna drown myself, I'm gonna drown my sorrows in consuming a lot of alcohol. Now he did show up to work extremely drunk. Zethu annoyingly tries to help him, and I know that maybe in that moment Zethu meant well, but Zethu, baby girl, please, okay? All this could have been avoided. And I'm not saying that Zethu could have married Ushobani even if she doesn't want to. No, I'm saying they could have had a conversation, like adults, to say, listen, Ushobani, right now, I've just left my previous marriage and my ex-husband just passed away. It's a lot to process with Sfiso's passing and everything. I will not be able to marry you. Save Ushobani humiliation. But Uzethu, the way she moves around, like her actions are absolutely unjustifiable and inexcusable. So yes, okay, I am mad at Uzethu, but I'm also mad at Metron for shielding Ushobani so much from a heartbreak. You can just tell that this is Shobani's first time ever really truthfully experiencing a heartbreak and is not taking it well. Sana, I am so done with Zethu. I'm done defending Zethu. Like, listen, I defended Zethu, and right now it's time for me to just be like, Zethu, I can't anymore, baby girl. Listen, Zethu had a chance. She had a chance to tell, or rather to cancel the marriage, or the wedding between her and Ushobani. But let me tell you, baby girl waited and dragged it till when they were in a church, in the altar. That's when she decided to say, no, she cannot move on and marry Ushobani because she is not yet over Usfiso. I'm like, okay, that's understandable, I was like, Zethu, you're moving too fast either way, I was concerned about you. But right now, I cannot even defend you. As much as I was so concerned about you, I cannot even defend you because why? Like, you had all the time in the world to cancel the marriage between you and Ushobani. You had all the time in the world, but you still drag it along just so that you can humiliate Ushobani. Ushobani is not taking this easy, and understandably so, understandably so. Shobani is now a party animal, okay? He is a party animal. He pick up each and every girl that he sees in the tavern, and Metron has lost it, And Uzethu, right after she did that, her baby girl showed up at work as if nothing happened, okay? She pulled herself up. She was like, I am going to work and no one gonna tell me otherwise. So she shows up at work like nothing happens. And when Umetron and Utando, they were having her, I was like, honestly, someone needs to eat this girl up. Like, someone needs to do it. And I did not even feel sorry for her when I felt like she was just kinda a bit insulted by Metron and Utando. Meanwhile, nkosami uMangcobo akagowi ufufela komoyeni, akagowi uya departure. Because yeah, things are really happening. From UQ Uqondokuhle lying about uMangcobo to uMangcobo being arrested to her being released, and her actually looking for the video proof from Uqondisani and to Ushwabi coming back home. And yeah, Ushwabi made it clear that blood is definitely thicker than water, because Ushwabi was like, lalela, ngizodinga ukuthi ungihambele la kwami, because how dare you abuse my child. I'm like, how dare you, Ushwabi? Like, how dare you? Like, how dare you? Really? That's just how you take uMangcobo right now? How dare you? Oh, Mangcobo Sanalami. Not this boy called Q planning against Mangcobo. He was talking to his friends and he says, Lalela, he is not going to give up easily on Mangcobo. And I'm thinking, I wonder what he's going to try. But he seems like he tried to take a video of uMangcobo and himself on the bed. Of course, uMangcobo jumped out of bed as soon as she realizes that Q is on top of her. But it seems like the video will be a bit manipulated and it will look like Mangcobo was definitely trying to take advantage of a minor. And by the looks of things, Mangcobo will not even attend Zethu's wedding because she will be behind bars. I can already guess that Shwabi obviously took his son's side. Wow, guys, I guess it's never easy to be a stepmommy. Especially if you are a hot stepmother where it happens that your stepson wants you. Meanwhile, Uzethu is in preparations for her wedding. Now, it does seem like Metron and Zethu are getting along. Metron has accepted that Zethu is going to marry Ushobane. Now, Uzethu, when fitting her dress, Spamandla accidentally spills red paint on Zethu's dress. Of course, this puts Zethu in panic, and I don't know you all, but I do view this as a bad luck. Why would something like this happen to Zethu? Also, Zethu does not look happy as someone who's about to be a bridey. She is just in depressed and wondering why this and that and the other thing is happening. Well, it is said that Mangonyana will also find out that Zethu is walking down the aisle. Of course, Mangonyana will lose it, okay? She will lose her cool when she finds out that Zethu is walking down the aisle, According to uMangonyana, she does not feel like Zethu deserves happiness, especially because she has lost out on some things. She have lost out on happiness, on her husband, and she is busy grieving. Yet Zethu move on Kesana as if nothing has happened. I do just judge Uzethu just a bit for just getting into another marriage soon after her marriage with Usfiso did not work out. And not only it did not work out, Sfiso has lost his life now. Just when we were starting to forgive Ushwabi for what he did to uMangcobo previously, listen, his son just comes out of nowhere to test their marriage once again. So it seems like Shwabi's son, Ndogunhle, have a huge crush on Umangcobo. And as soon as Umangcobo resisted, because Umangcobo obviously is thinking she is an adult in this whole situation, she cannot be engaging children. She went and reported Ndogunhle Ushwabi, but guess what? Ushwabi took Ndoguhle's side. And Uqondogunhle, being a typical teenager, he decided to run away from home. But it does seem like this week he will be back to cause more troubles for Umangcobo. Umangcobo will end up missing Zethu's wedding. And it seems like she will be behind prison. And this is because Uqondogunhle will be accusing Umangcobo for trying to take advantage of him. Sana, this son is here to test Ushwabi and Umangcobo's marriage once again. I did saw Shwabi's old character coming out when he was talking to Umangcobo. Hopefully he will learn and be able to control himself, because what he was doing is absolutely no. Now let's talk about Zethu's wedding to Ushobani. Sana, I don't know anyone who moves fast like Zethu. Lalela 180. Baby girl is like, you know what? I was just marrying another guy 2 weeks ago. The same guy has been killed by my fiancé. But that's not gonna stop me from getting married again. Listen, me and marriage were meant to be. It's meant to happen, If something is meant to happen, something is meant to happen. I'm like, Zethu, yeah, move fast. But I don't know if there will be problems in Zethu's weddings. But so far, it definitely does look like there will be huge problems. Like Spamandla will accidentally spill a red paint on Zethu's dress. And Umangwanyana meant to say, will definitely lose it also as soon as she finds out that Zethu is moving on. I'm just like, Mangwanyana, really, what did you expect? Remember, you are the one who had a problem with Zethu coming to join your marriage. Now that Zethu has found herself a single man who does not want polygamy, you have a problem? Sana was one like Zethu. Like, I am so annoyed. Haibo Zethu. Like, can someone please tell me Zethu being like, why did you have to come to the funeral? And that drama that she pulled when the coffin was going down, like, she deserved that smack from Umangwanyana. I mean, yes, it's not Zethu's fault, Usfiso Ushonile, but honestly, she shouldn't have never attended the funeral, considering that she is now Shobane's fiancé. 2, she goes there and pull the most dramatic acts, annoying acts, Gesana. Like, I was like, Makwanyane, if you don't smack this girl, if you don't smack her, you will never ever get another chance to smack her. Honestly, Uzethu was so annoying. That performance was extremely annoying. Like, it's got under my nerve, okay? I think at this point, she should have been a decent person, stay at home, comfort her boyfriend, Ushobane. We all get that Ushobane really did not mean Ubulala Usfiso, but still, Zethu attending that funeral was a bit distasteful to me. I need me a Zethu flavor in my life. Listen, I need me a Zethu flavor in my life. The way Sfiso has completely lost his mind as soon as he find out that Shobane and Zethu are engaged to be married. Listen, Sfiso still considered Osfiso still considered Uzethu as his wife, and honestly, according to Zulu customs, I would agree. Since Uzethu atelwa ngenyongo, it does legally makes her the wife of Osfiso. But Osfiso, as soon as he find out, let me tell you, lost his mind. Okay. And this is why I'm saying I need a Zethu flavor in my life, because listen, Two men are crazy over Uzethu. But as soon as Uzethu and Ushobane announces their engagement to their parent, first of all, it was Metron, who was definitely not in support of their engagement, because it seems like Metron, has grown to be fond of Utando so much, and surprisingly, personally, I never saw it coming, okay? The way Metron was not liking or loving Shobane's girlfriend, I did not see Metron loving Tando the way she does now. And when they went to the Hlongwane family also to ask, or rather to inform them and ask for their support, obviously, the Hlongwane family was like, no, we ain't doing that no more, okay? We are not we are not going to support you. Zethu, how many times are you going to get married to different men? No, okay? Usfiso went to the Hlongane's household to disrespect them, because part of me wants to say he was going through pain, but another part of me is like, Sfiso, you are so disrespectful. That was so uncalled for. Really, what did the Hlongwanes do to you? Zethu, Zethu is messy. Listen, Zethu has broken off her marriage with Osfiso, and she is already moving on. Off to the next one, child. Off to the next one. So Shobane has asked Zethu to marry him. Guess what? Our girl, who was just getting married last week, is ready to move on and marry Ushobane. It is said that when Osfiso find out the news of Shobane's proposal, he will definitely lose it. Go confront Ushobane and it will get messy. And also Ubabu Hlongwane is part of the people who will not be happy about Zethu and Hlongwane's relationship, and knowing that his daughter, who was just getting married just a few weeks back, is gonna be marrying again. It is said that Hlongwane is not having it at all. So it's safe to say that the Hlongwanes will not be accepting Ushobane as their son-in-law. Usfiso also will feel betrayed by Ushobane, thinking that Shobane is trying to take away his wife from him. Now, Usfiso's anger has driven Mangwanyana away. Mangwanyana has finally chose self-love and loved the marriage, okay? I do feel like whatever that is happening in Sfiso's life, it serves him right. He had such a good, perfect wife in Mangwanyana, obedient, someone who is willing to go through all the limits of the world for him, but he was greedy and definitely not satisfied, wanted more and keep on wanting more, because why did he needed a second wife in the first place? That is a biggest question that we keep on asking ourselves. Okay, of course he did hide around the ancestors, this and the other thing, but whatever it is, I feel like it serves him right that Mangwanyana has decided to leave him. Now we also have Uspa and Upilile. It breaks my heart, the relationship between Uspamandla and Upilile. Yes, Upilile is not willing to meet Uspamandla halfway, especially because she just did not want Uspamandla to have any sort of relationship with his biological father. But I feel like ever since Uspamandla has found a sense of belonging in Ngaraji and in the Hlongwane family, knowing that he belongs within the Hlongwane family, it seems like almost all his life, that's the only thing he has ever longed for, to belong. Now, it does somehow feels like a Pilile will be losing his son, as Uspamandla will be choosing his paternal family over his mother, the one who raised him. Sad, Gesana, I am so sad, but I wish Upilile would also say why he has, or rather she has this huge grudge over Ungaraji and just not allowing Ungaraji to be part of Uspamandla's life. Sana Iwishiwishi on homecoming. Zethu finally returns, and listen, she is ready to leave her marriage with Osfiso and jump to another man's arms. Wow, Zethu is definitely living my dream life. So when one man stresses her, she moves on to the next. When that man stresses her, she goes back to the previous one. Wow. And that is Osfiso and Oshobane. Now